robot. Oh well, never mind. You've drawn the short straw. You've got Ash in the booth today for F1 Season 5, Division 1, Race 8 from Interlagos, and I'm not alone for a change. I am joined by Mr. Havoc.
Yeah, we're gonna miss Robot today. We're gonna make it the best we can. The stream's gonna be a little bit different today, but we're gonna make it as interesting as we can. So Interlagos today, Ash. I bet you're super excited. We have seen it on the GTS side. Today we're here, and it looks like it's a little cloudy today.
It does. It was. It's a bit different for me commentating on a qualifying session for Formula One, because normally with Division 3 it's all one shot, and it looks very, very cloudy. So I wonder if there's going to be any rain that disrupts the session.
Yeah, we'll wait on that weather report. It's looking like dry. A little bit of rain predicted at the end of quali, just a little bit. We'll have to see if it even gets there, and it looks like they are all coming in at the same time. So if you remember last week, we did have kind of an interesting race. It wasn't a big change. We had Izat, Honda, and Menno that topped out the top three, and then we had Margaret, Ablaze, Gurman, and Stinson, Ollie, Avi, and Santee rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, and I'm just busy getting the championship standings as they are now, as it looks like Menno was the first guy out on track. He's going to be the first guy to out a quali lap. Let's have a look. Yes, thank you for updating everything for me, Robot. So, where are we? There we go. So, championship stands. So at the minute, Izat is on top with 140 points. Then Honda second on 109. Stinson third on 97. Gurman on fourth at 71. Margaret is on fifth and 64. And Menno is sixth on 48. And then you've got Pingu, I'll just say it's easier for me. Blaze, Ollie, and Racer Tay still in the top 10, even though he hasn't raced for quite a few races now.
Yeah, it shows just how tough it is in D1 to get around. Menno has started his lap. That Sector 1, the only hard part about Sector 1 is that first section right there. He's going to go purple just because he's the first one out.
Yeah.
But that turn 1, 2, and 3, that's a very technical part of the track here at Interlagos. And then you come down the back, that first DRS zone in the back straight, and the guys are going to hit that final turn right at the end of the back straight, and that's where it starts to get a little tricky when they get into Sector 2. They're going to come around all these little S's and turns, and Sector 2 is going to be the tough one for them today, Ash.
Yeah, absolutely. Sector 2 is where all the time will be won and lost, because it's all little hairpins and getting on the power early enough. As I'm on board now with Menno heading towards the end of the lap, heading across the start finish line. He's trying to take the line of least resistance. Heading across the line as he sets a 106.8 opening time. Imperfect Car goes second early on with 107.4, as Stinson goes quicker so far, 106.6.
Yeah, 6.6. I think that's what I was hearing earlier in practice, Ash. The guys were running 6.6s, the faster guys like Margaret and Izat and Stinson. Izat does a 106.8. It's not looking like the tightest of time intervals like we've been seeing in F1 D1, but the guys still have 2 or 3 more tries before we're over with qualifying.
Yeah, looking at the gaps on screen, there is barely a second between first and 10th, with Ollie in 10th place. So that is incredibly tight for opening first lap. So I've only a second covering first to 10th. That is incredibly evenly matched.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's incredible to see early on. Everyone has already piled out. There's no waiting about with anybody so far. They've all gone out straight away on track. What I want to do is eventually, when I see someone's on an out lap, I want to follow somebody on a full lap on board and just see the track as it is for what view they're following. Everyone just piling straight back in the pit lane straight away.
Yeah, here they come. I mean, just a big shout out to Honda from last week. Honda, with the second place finish, he's been doing so well. He's got to figure something out because it seems like his setup is set more towards a conservative drive for race day as opposed to qualifying. I mean, we know Izat's pushing some fast times. He's able to do it on the controller. Stinson's able to push fast times and keep the lap times up throughout the race. That's something that Honda's going to have to figure out today, and we'll have to see if he can keep up, because there are some long parts of the track, right? I mean, we've got two different straights that the guys are going top speed, and then you've got that little bit in Sector 1, the first 3 turns. After that, Sector 1's done. You go down the back straight, you're done with Sector 1. You get into Sector 2, and it's the most technical part of the track. And here we got it. We have rain. I think I see the rain, Ash.
Here we go.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I see rain.
That's incredibly quick if that's the case. I'm actually watching Vilsack's just out on the track on an outlap. Havoc, your eyes were not deceiving you, my friend. Rain has arrived.
I have to see if it's enough. I mean,
literally
I haven't seen the DRS been shut off yet, so it may not be that slippery. It does look like it's enough where there's a Haas right there. I think that was imperfect, right in front of Vilsack there. It may be enough where they're a little too slippery. Yeah, it's coming down. DRS has just been disabled, coming from FIA race control, so that's gonna be it for the slick tires. I don't think the slicks are gonna be able to put a lap down.
No. I think that's it for quali. I think literally that was it.
Yeah, that's going to be it. We've got Alex in, looks like Sector 2. He's about midway through Sector 2. He's come around, and I think that's going to do it for quali. The times have been in. Alex is going to pull to the side, and I think that's going to be it. The guys are not going to have a chance to improve upon their first times, Ash. This is going to be what it is. The times you see now are what it's going to be.
Yeah, that's why everyone will have been piling out the pit lane. Literally, as soon as the flag dropped, everyone's already retiring from the session.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Ash. That's why they came piling out the way they did.
I've just got on the stream. I've got Pingu heading back to the pit lane. He's just about to head through Yun Chao. And you can see he's on the slick tires and it is just wet.
It's pouring. It's coming down. I mean, it was a matter of 2 minutes. 2 minutes from when it started to what we're seeing now. And it is wet. Izat having a little bit of fun out there. The track is red, so he did get an invalidation somewhere. But, I mean, he's just having fun out there. There's nothing more you can do right now with 10 minutes left to go other than go around and have a little bit of fun. Get your mindset for the race. The guys are going to have about 10 minutes unless we get the whole list to retire to get their minds ready for the race. I think we're going to see a soft start. We're definitely going to see the soft start on the soft compound. And then as far as the second tire strap for the second stint, I think we can see the guys go mediums.
Yeah, actually, everyone's retiring from the section except Ollie. Ollie, I've got on stream now. He's gone out on the intermediates. Yeah,
it's almost a waste.
As Izat having a little bit of fun there, coming through the final corner. He's on soft tyres. Trying to, I don't know what he's trying to do. He's going across the start-finish line. He's actually going for a lap. Loose. Yeah, he's. I think he's wanting to have a little bit of fun. And I'm going to watch him on board. Look at this car control. He's sliding through the ZRSs. That's proper rallycross stuff there. He's heading through Esquido de Lago backwards, and he's spun it. Oh, now he's doing donuts. Now he's
Ollie's still out there on the inters. He's
so go back to Wally. He's on the inters.
Yeah, I think he's invalidated. I mean, it's not going to do anything. The guys are not going to come back out. That was You had to be paying attention to that. Ollie did get a time in on the softs. It was a 107.6. But all you're going to get right now with 8 minutes to go is just staying loose and being prepared for the race that's coming up, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Ollie is actually going straight in the pit lane. He's making straight for the pit, so he's not even completing the lap. Izat is still at the back section of the lap. He's just about to head through... he's just about to head through Meguro and into Yunchao. I think he'll be making for the pit lane as well. Somehow.
Yeah, that's going to be it. So that's going to be the lineup, Ash. We've got Stinson in P1 with a 106.6. Nobody was able to kind of battle with him. Izak came right behind with a 106.8. I think Izak could have possibly done it. I mean, if they would have had the time to put another lap in. And then Menno right behind Izat in P3, another 106.8, only 300ths off of Izat's time when they came out. That was a one-lap go, though. To be able to pull a 106.6, 106.8 on the first lap, that's not an easy thing to do, and that's why the D1 guys are in D1.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, and I'm expecting Nicola and Izat to retire from the session. So hopefully we can go straight into the race. I was literally, that was it. Like I said, that's why everyone went piling out the pit lane as soon as the green light dropped, because basically they wanted to get the lap in, and because they knew the rain was coming.
Yeah, the weather report that I got was for end of quali, but with the different time change and the 18-minute quali, it definitely brings it down a little bit closer. You're going to see it a little faster. I think that's Nicola right there coming out, but or maybe it's Ollie. But as far as the race goes, there we go. They're all retired now. That's going to be the lineup, guys. You see what we've got here. Shout out to Imperfect Car. Second debut, I believe, and he qualified P7. Gurman down in the Ferrari with a 107.3, 0.6 off. We can't really judge any of these times and tell you that, this is really where they were going to be at, because they only got one shot at it, right? That's all they got to do is that one lap, and then we're going to jump into the start of the race. I'm going to tell Ash to be a little quick because we're not going to have the formation lap in D1. Later today, guys, we are going to put formation lap back in D2, and we're going to try it out. So a little bit of a jump start for whoever's going to commentate on that side. I think we're going to have Danny down on that side commentating for D2.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So back to the sunshine. The guys are going to be right on the line. Ash is going to watch the front. Chances of a safety car first lap, Ash, go.
They're quite high.
Right in turn one, I think we could definitely see it. The guys, we've seen them go double file all the way through sector 1. I think by the time they get to that back straight, they're going to have to go single file to get ready for sector 2. That sector 2, turn 7, turn 9, and turn 10, you cannot go side by side in those turns. We're going to see the guys late break into them, and you're going to see some overtakes there, but I don't think you're going to be able to do it side by side. And then when they come out of sector 3, it's basically just a drag race down to the line, isn't it?
Yeah, the DRS zones here at Interlagos are down the pit straight into the CRSs, and then down the back straight into Desida do Lago, turn 4. So they're going to be the two main overtaking opportunities. You can possibly do it into Larantia, but you've got to be super late on the brakes and trust the person you're racing alongside.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's going to be fairly tight. And also, just to comment on the commentary for the D2 race, there might be a surprise alongside Danny. A small surprise, let's say.
Here we go. So the lights are coming on. Ash, I'm going to give it to you for the start, and here we go down in the turn 1.
And here we go. Lights out and away we go. Stinson gets a good start, and Izat is there in second. Menno is trying to ease his way alongside He's at, and is just about, he's almost done it. He's around the outside into turn 3. And Izat is actually trying to defend here from Menno a little bit, and he actually has managed to do it. He's managed to pull up alongside. So good job there from Izat at the start.
Yeah, a little beating and banging in the back. I think someone did lose an end plate. We'll have to give you guys an update on that a little bit later. Izat's going to have to make a run here and kind of try to pull away from Menno. Menno doesn't want to let him go, Ash, but
no.
Look who's out in front by 1 second already. It's Stinson. Stinson's going to come out of Sector 2 in the lead.
Yeah, Stinson's had a great start as well. He's managed to keep his lead very early on, and he's managed to actually get a gap straight away. It's important as well for him to get out of DRS range very, very early on, so he can actually then just focus on his job out front and go from there. I'm just trying to see who started on what tyre-wise as well. Of course, the top 10 start on the tyre they qualified on, but as you can see there on the left, Ollie, let's see, Ollie, Tommy, and Avi are all starting on the mediums. Everybody else has started on the soft tyres.
That's interesting to see. Stinson is pulling away, so he does have the gap up to 1.2. Menno has not let Izat run away with this. Mark is in the pits. I think he did have a wing change. He's going to come out on the medium tires, and that's gonna make him try to fight as hard as he can to get back into the race. We'll have to see a safety car for him to make a difference.
Yeah, I think, and you mentioned as well about the possible end plate. Michetta Mark has pitted early on. He's actually only just coming out of the pit lane now, so I suspect it was him who lost the front end plate, and he's now down last. He's gone to the medium tyres. So yeah, that's what I suspect there. As one thing we haven't talked about yet is track limits. Pingu has already picked up a 3-second time penalty already for track limits.
And I'm watching Gurman and Honda here. Gurman and Honda are going to change it out. But track limits are definitely something they have to watch out for, isn't it? It's that turn 3, you have to watch cutting at turn 3 and then turn 4. Turn 4 is going to be where they pick up a lot of those time penalties today.
Yeah, because where this game picks up the penalties from is on the exit there where Gurman's just gone through. If you go over the white line, I believe, you'll just pick up straight away a track limit beam, and also possibly where Gurman's heading now into Laurentio. Yeah. If you cut that curb a little bit too much, that'll be possible track limit abuse. As the gap out front with Izat and Menno has remained the same at around a second. Stinson and Izat was remained around about the same, a second. Menno has got Margaret not too far behind him. Before you say anything, Smalley, Steve. There you go. Margaret is keeping in close contact with these four. Izat has actually closed the gap a little bit, and in fact, Menno's just set the fastest lap of the race there, 109.7.
Yeah, that's rocketing. He is rocketing around the track right now. The only other battle that I've been paying attention to is this battle for 7th with Lika, Santi, and Imperfect. They're all right there together, and I think Imperfect Car is going to try to make a move on Santi here. They both got DRS, and here they come down to turn 4. Imperfect's going to try to make the jump, but he's not going to move. Santi just holding his line. He knew better. He knew he wasn't going to make the move right there. But yeah, they're all four right there fighting for it. And Lika's actually catching up to Honda as well. Something's got to be going on with Honda as he's dropping back.
Yeah, you'd suspect so, because Honda, from the races I've watched this season, he's proved to be quite quick. He's normally been sort of top 3, top 4, hasn't he, most of the season? Yeah,
he has. He's been there, but Brazil is one of those tracks where if you don't put the practice in, I mean, you can still get around here, but the guys are going to have to be careful. Maybe that's what Honda's got going on. Imperfect getting very, very loose coming out of 14, and he's still trying to chase Santi down.
Yeah, and Santi's trying to chase down Likala as well, who in turn is trying to chase Honda down as well. This is a bit of a trolley train effectively now for 6th place. Just with Honda at the minute, he actually had his overtake on heading through turn 3, and he's now heading down into Descida de Largo He's actually managing to pull a little bit clear here from Likala, just a little bit. So he's giving himself a bit of breathing space.
Oh, that's an accident. I think that's Tommy and Ollie have gotten into it.
Tommy and Ollie out. Safety car.
And it's going to bring out the safety car.
We have a safety car already, folks. Who knew it?
Now, we're at lap 5 here, Ash. I don't know. Now, the guys could definitely go in and grab hards right now. I'm watching Mr. Mark because Mark is coming up on him. I don't know if the cars are going to disappear. They are. The cars are going to disappear. That was a move coming out of it. Looked like turn 5, Ash, is where they got together, and that's where they spun off. Any takers? Yeah, we've got Stinson's in. They're all coming in. They're all going to come in for it.
Yeah, they're all heading in the pit lane. Honda's in. Likala stayed out. Likala stayed out. Interesting.
That's a bit of a wild move. Maybe something to shake up the bad luck that's been going on for the past season is just get out there and lead some points.
Oh no, Margaret's stuck in the pit lane. He's he's next to the Williams pit, of course. As Honda pitted, and whilst he was waiting to go out, the other Williams came in. He was forced to wait. He's lost out there, and I do feel very, very sorry for him. That's through no fault of his own.
I think it also blocked Imperfect right there, Ash, because Imperfect has dropped all the way down to P13.
Izat's all the way down to P10. Izat's all the way down to P10.
That's a little interesting. I think it was only 3 cars that didn't pit. It was Likala, Alex, and Avi. Give a shout out to Avi. Avi's been doing so good. There he is in P3. Best of luck to Avi today, making the move up to D1. It's not an easy thing to do, but he's got his chance right here as we're going to see the guys come around Sector 2. We should have another lap. Yeah, I don't think the safety car is going to come in this go-around, but with the pit that came in, Menno actually came out on top of everybody.
Yeah, Blaze has just come on to the chat on YouTube and just went Menno net P1. Menno net
P1. Stinson dropped all the way to P7, which is almost a provisional P4, and Honda escaped that Williams-Haas double pit and actually jumped up to P6, so not a bad day for Williams there.
Yeah, and as has just been pointed out to me, Menno, like I say, is going to be net P1 in this race. We're going to see something interesting from Izat, who's all the way down in P10, as it stands at the minute. Ollie's off the session, but that's because he's out of the race. Everyone's gone onto the hard tyres except Margaret and Meshaset Mark, who hasn't pitted throughout the safety car period.
Yeah, I think the only person that didn't pit that might be okay for about 10 laps, maybe not 10 laps, for another 5 laps, is Avi. Avi started on the medium tires. He's going to benefit just a tiny bit over the hards for a couple of laps. Not a lot, but it's going to be enough. But Likala and Alex on the soft tires, they've got to be running out of time here as the softs have got to be dropping off.
Also, Robots popped up in the chat and saying commentary is amazing also, so good job, guys. So thank you very much for that, Robot. I'm glad that we're doing a good job in your absence. We'll hopefully look to see you back again in the chair next week. Because really, I don't want to stand in. So safety car is now in this lap. So Likala will become the de facto safety car. What's he going to do?
Yeah, he's going to pull him. He's going to have to slow down a lot right here. The safety car's got to go all the way around. I mean, it doesn't have to go all, but it's got a long run to the pit stop, and Lika's got to let that car go before he can take off. But he's wanting to try to catch Alex sleeping here, and I think he's done it.
Yeah, he looks like he has. It's off and racing again. Lika is... Oh, you can look at the Alex is trying every which way to try and get past Likala, and it hasn't quite worked out. as Lika has actually managed to gain a bit of a lead out front. Avi in third. He's got Menno behind him, weaving to try and warm his tyres up very, very quickly. In fourth, but Menno needs to just be a bit patient here. He doesn't need to force the issue, knowing that he's going to have better tyres than Avi.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Tommy has finally left the session. Honda right on the back of Gernman. The guys have not separated yet. It's going to take another, it's going to take another 2 or 3 laps for the guys to start separating the way they were. But the big question is, how long are the softs going to last, Ash? I mean, they can't last another 2 to 3 more laps, I would believe.
Well, you would think that. But I've had a message off Nils, D2 driver, who said that you can take those softs another 12 laps.
Another 12?
Another 12 laps.
We'll have to see if he can make it happen. I mean, and then the pace difference, we'll have to see if the pace difference is going to make a difference. Menno is going to be who we're going to have to watch out for. He's still in the back of Avi right here, and I think he's going to try to make the move happen. Let's see what happens as they go down into turn 4.
I'm on board with Menno now. I'm on board with Menno now, and Avi is doing a good job here of holding on to third place. But Menno is staying very, very close to the back of Avi. And Avi's just run a little bit wide going through Larancha. He's heading through Pinerino now. He's just about stayed ahead, heading up towards the end of the lap. Izat picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple warns already.
Look at Stinson and Honda go.
Let's see, I'm going back down. Yeah, you can see it. So Stinson has got a bit of a train developing behind him. He's got Honda, he's got Margaret there, and he's got Izat as well, who looks like he has lost out in the safety car period. This could be a bit of a frenetic race, as Margaret looks like he was defending there into the center S's from Izat, as DRS is now enabled, so it's now going to be watching to see where people overtake.
Yeah, Avi's in trouble right here. Menno was right there. I think Avi still had DRS for him a little bit, but here he comes. Here comes Menno. Menno's going to make the move on the inside, and it's going to make a switchback on the outside. Avi's not letting him go, though, is he?
He's not. No, this is very, very good racing from Avi. And Menno finally gets outside and gets into third place. That's a good move there from Menno.
Well, the hards have turned up, haven't they? I mean, that 3-lap time that it takes for the DRS to come up is also about the time that the hards turn on. We haven't really seen a lot of overtakes. They've kind of stayed where they were, other than Stinson and Izat. I think Izat's made one position. Menno's made a position. Gernman's going to have to make a move here if he wants to keep up with Menno and not fall behind.
Yeah, he is. Gernman actually now ahead of Stinson. Oh, there's a move there. It's
very, very tight.
Yeah, it's side by side. Gernman and Avi heading through the center S side by side, and Stinson takes advantage.
Right
he's lost 2, and he could lose a third
here. Here comes Honda. Honda's going to make the move as well.
Oh, there's a little bit of nudging there between Stinson and Gernman into the Sierra do Lago, and it's still side by side. It's still side by side into Ferradura.
How has Stinson done that?
I don't know. This is tremendous racing. This is absolutely brilliant.
First it was Avi, and then on the back straight, after they came around 4, gets Gernman. I don't know how he does this. His left pointer finger, I'm sure, is what the brake is on the controller, and there's a lot of sensitivity in that finger for him to be able to do stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very, very difficult.
Ash.
Yeah, battle for the lead. So Likola and Alex are side by side. Alex makes a move into the center S's, and he's now ahead of Likola.
What a move.
That's a very, very good move from Alex. He's taking advantage of the DRS.
Yeah, Lika's going to have it on the backside, though, and they may switch positions again. This is the thing about Interlagos. They're going to flip-flop on that sector 1, turn 1, 2, 3. If you get it going down in the 1, if you're close enough, then when you get past, you can make the pass right back after turn 3.
Yeah, but Alex straight away dove for the inside to cover the inside line straight away. He immediately made his one defensive move and he made it count straight away. To be fair, Likala though, he's not letting Alex get away. He's not letting Alex get away, so this could flip-flop back later on. As I say that, the gap's just starting to shoot up. It's now nearly a second already. Likala now has Menno on his tail.
Yeah, it might be time for the softs to start dropping off because Avi...
Here we go.
Avi's dropped all the way down to P10.
Menno's going right round the outside of Likala here. And he's made that move stick. Tremendous move there from Menno into second. Going into the center S's. So now...
He's going to have another one right here with Stinson. Stinson's right on the back of him. Stinson's not going to wait. He's going to go to the side immediately. And then German's right behind.
There you go. He's just made the move stick. So now that's Stinson up into third. And we're now going to have a bit of a shootout here between Menno, Stinson and Alex. But it's now they're now been on soft tyres for 12 laps.
That's a long time to go on the softs.
Yeah, but you've got Avi who's slid all the way down to 10th. He's been on these medium tyres for exactly the same amount of time. But Avi might just be waiting for the end of the race to go on to softs and just literally go hell for leather.
Yeah, Mark's actually catching up to him here on the hards. Avi's come all the way back, or he's on the mediums, I'm sorry. So he's got 2 lap newer medium sets compounds, and Menno, here come Alex, Menno, and Stinson down the front straight. I don't think Menno is close enough to make the move going down in the 1.
I'm just watching German's going down the inside of Likala into the center S's. Yeah, he's made the move stick. Good job there from German to go up into 4th. And now Likala has Honda.
Oh, here comes Menno.
Behind
Alex
him.
has put the block on him.
Menno's
going to get to the outside.
And just as you're saying that, I'm watching as well with Honda going down the inside of Likala into Desira de Lago. That's Honda into 5th. Likala's slid down to 6th very quickly.
Avi's got to be the precursor. If Avi's dropped that much off the pace, I mean, we're sure to see Lika lose just as much time and go all the way down just like Avi did. Stinson made a pass on Alex as well. Yeah, if not more, you're correct.
If not more, because Likala started on the softer compound. Plus the fact as well that tyre did a qualifying lap as well.
Yeah, I mean, they could come in for the mediums or the soft, but the guys that are on the hards right now, I think they can take the hards the rest of the way. For the guys like Avi and Lika to make something happen. And there's Alex now. Alex is coming in now. He's going to make the move happen now.
Stinson's going around. Oh, Stinson's trying to go around the outside of Menno into the center S's. Didn't come off.
Cover him.
That's a good move. That's a good defensive move from Menno. Stinson's having a look around the outside. He's got him. He's got him. Brilliant move there from
Stinson.
Brilliant move there from Stinson, first place. This is exciting racing. This is fantastic from these two.
Alex is still in the pits. This is what I was worried about, Ash, is when the guys come in and do their pit stop, it's basically a safety car is the only thing that's going to get them back into the race.
Yeah, just saying Alex's gap back to imperfect it's about 10 seconds at the minute. So it's just a gap to keep an eye on and see if those medium tyres allow him to come back into play a little bit as these hard tyres wear out. As the gap now between Menno and Stinson's out to about 8 tenths, German's trying to see if he can follow Menno in second, and it's holding steady at the minute. These three are just pulling away.
It's going to bring him closer, though. It's going to bring German closer as they come out of turn 3. It's going to bring both of them closer. They've both gotten closer. It's not going to be enough, though, for the move down in the 4.
As Margaret is trying to find his way past Honda for fourth place.
Close.
Yeah, and also as well behind him is the ever-lurking shark of Izat. They're ready.
All so close. This is going to be the battle for 4th right here. It's going to be Honda, Margaret, and Izat, and they're turning it up. I don't know what the time delta difference on the mediums to the hards is. It can't be a lot, but Marglet's able to hang tough in there. But it looks like Izat and Honda have got just as much or more pace on the hard set of tires.
They have, but you find the Honda is actually fallen back from the front three. The front three are all benefiting from each other's DRS and pulling each other along. And in fact now Stinson has actually now managed to set the fastest lap of the race to 109.6.
There goes Marglet. Marglet's going to make it's going to be 3 wide
Wow.
going down into turn 1.
And
Izat had to go down
wow.
the inside and get on the brakes. Look at that!
That didn't quite work. I thought that was going to be a 2-for-1 overtake there for Izat, and he didn't quite do it. That's unfortunate, but Marglet manages to get himself into 4th place now. And I was watching an Australian supercar race from earlier on this morning, and I watched Shane van Gisbergen do virtually the same thing. Go down the inside of 2 cars, and he made the move stick. And he won the race from 17th on the grid. So, you know, I thought I was going to be a deja vu there for a minute.
Any other day, Izat would make that move hold. But I think they were carrying so much speed. I think they all had DRS as they were going into 1. And now they're going to have to reset, and they're going to do it again. Here they come around 13.
Yeah, Honda slid out of Yun Chao. Honda slid out of Yun Chao. And now that's allowed Izat to just get to the back of him, and he's now going alongside into the centre S's, and he gets the move done this time. Good move there from Izat, so that's now him up in the 5th spot. But of course, he's the only one of 2 people to pick up penalties. Him and Pingu have picked up 3-second penalties, and nobody else has a penalty yet.
We'll have to keep an eye on Gurman right here, Ash, as the guys are coming through Sector 2. If Gurman can make this time difference stay the way it is, I think he's going to have a run on Menno as they come around 15 and go down the front straight.
It's important that he stays at around half a second behind Menno, because if he's anything more, it's going to be difficult for him to make the move into the centre S's. He's lost a bit of time there heading through Magulo and into Yun Chao. He's 7/10 away.
Yeah,
so
it's eating up. He's still not at the DRS line yet where he can activate the DRS, but we'll have to see if he can make time up.
Menno ahead of him. He's trying to break the slipstream very, very early on, diving straight for the inside. I don't know where I stand on this. Sometimes it's useful to do that, but that time I don't think Menno needed to do that, because he had a bit of breathing space back to Gernman, and he's just cost himself time defending fresh air.
Yeah, and he lost. Yeah, you're right. He lost time.
Yeah,
not staying on the line.
Because the more movement you make in a racing car, you're just going to cost yourself time.
Well, it's tense, isn't it? I mean, all of those moves, it could mean tense. And then Stinson, what this is doing is it's actually allowing Stinson to kind of run away here. Gurman's got to make this happen soon, because I think Gurman actually won Brazil last season when we went around. We'll have to get some verification on that. If Robot's still in the chat, we'll have to see if Robot can look for that. But I think Gurman won last year, so Gurman knows how to get around Interlagos. Right now, as they come around 13, he's 7/10 off, a little bit closer than last time. I still don't think it's close enough for him to make the move going down in the 1.
Again, Menno was doing the defensive move before getting to the start-finish line. He's costing himself time. Eventually, that will backfire on him. Backfire on him. He just needs to focus on driving ahead. If it gets less than half a second, then fair enough. But until then, just focus on the front and keep the car pointing the correct way.
Sorry to interrupt, Ash. Let's jump down to Izat and Marglet. He didn't have enough, but he's still 3/10 in. When they come around Sector 2 here, I think Izat's going to try to make this move happen as they come around 13, if he can stay close enough. Honda is trying to stay just as close and make this a double move. He's only 5/10 back. Izat 5/10 back, 4/10. It's climbing, it's going up, it's going down. Marglet's got to fight him off here as they come around.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so close.
I'm just on board with Izat now, heading through Magulo. And he's He's doing what Gurman's not able to do with Menno, and that's stay close.
Yeah.
So now, this time, you can see there, Izat's got his
3 tenths.
overtake on. You see, now's the time to make a defensive move. Margaret's actually in the pit lane.
Oh, is he 2-stop?
Yeah, he went on the mediums at the first pit stop, didn't he?
That's right. That's right. That first safety car at about lap 5 is when they came in for those medium tires. Everybody else went onto the hards.
He's got on the
if you look
softs.
at the time card, has he?
He's got on the softs, yeah. I'm watching him on stream now. So
About
this
15 to go.
15 to go, and he's gone on the soft tyres. This could be... He could be a one to watch. He could be the one to watch. In fact, Mark as well.
Well, he's only in 10th.
He's only in 10th as well, and he's only 8 seconds back from Avi. He's only 8 seconds back from Avi. I've noticed as
Avi
well.
on those medium tires, 20 laps on those medium tires.
But Avi actually might be able to do a similar sort of thing to Margaret. Go on the softs and then just go hard to the end of the race.
It takes so long to get in there. I mean, if you look at the pit entry, it's at turn 15. They have to get into the pit, and then they don't come back out, but they do skip turns 1, 2, and 3 and come back out on the back straight.
Yeah, Robot's actually come back. He's got the answer. It was Stinson, Steven, Izat from Brazil last season. Avi, as we speak, has actually just gone on the pit lane. Avi, as we speak, has just gone on the pit lane now. So he will, without any shadow of doubt, be going to the soft tyres as well, alongside Margaret.
Look at this lead that Stinson's pulled out, Ash. 2
It's
seconds. 2.2 on Minnow.
Yeah, and Gurman is still not getting close enough. So that maybe suggests to me that Menno's probably got a little bit less downforce in his car compared to Gurman. Because
Yeah,
Gurman's not getting close on the straights. Izat is now up to 4th, but he's got a 3-second gap to make up on Gurman. And he's pulled out nearly 2 seconds on Honda. Pingu's gone up to 6th. He's been a very quiet mover through the field.
Yeah, and Vilcek in 7th. Vilcek, this is his return season back in the F1 D1.
Yeah.
Not doing too bad. He's in P7, and then you've got Imperfect. Imperfect had that incident early on that dropped him all the way down, and he's all the way back to P8.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job from Imperfect. Just to finish off on Vilcek, I had the delight of commentating the Super Formula race on Thursday, and his lap times in that race were super impressive. He was consistent from start to finish. AJ was possibly a bit quicker on one lap speed, but Vilcek, for more consistency, he was more consistent, and that's what won him the race on Thursday. So
Well,
it's
he's
nice.
one of those drivers, isn't he? He can hop in anything in any two of the game, and he's just fast. He's super fast. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm just having a look at the gaps as well. The gap is now 8 tenths between second and third, Menno and Gurman, and Isa isn't really making an impression on Gurman. The gap, if anything, isn't creeping up. It's now nearly 4 seconds to Gurman, so I think Isa might get on the podium at this rate.
And they have gained on Stinson. It was 2.2. Stinson may be trying to cool the car down a little bit because the gap is now 1.4. So I mean that's almost a second that he's lost. I think trying to cool the car down.
Yeah, that's maybe what he's doing. He's just possibly gathering himself together for the rest of the race. Smalley's just asking for Steve's lap times on everybody else. I'm just trying to find the fastest lap. So Margaret's actually got the fastest lap so far, 1:08.8, as he of course is the only one who's on the softer tyres at this second in time. He is 23 seconds behind the leader as well at this stage, but he is closing very quickly. Look at how much he's eating
in, though. Look at how much he's eating into Imperfect right in front. It's just he's chopping that time out. The cars are starting to get ahead. Here comes Gurnman, as they're coming through turn 1, 2, and 3. I think he may be close enough, Ash, to make a move as they go down the back straight.
Yeah, let's have a look. I'm watching them now. As Gerdman is not close enough to make the move into Delago. But that gap also between Menno and Stinson, now Menno's finally decided to stop playing defences, is actually closing in now on Stinson. So this could yet still be a 3-car battle for victory. Izat in 4th is not making an impression on Gerdman. He's fallen back to 4.5 seconds back from Gerdman. And Honda's another 3 seconds back in 5th. So this is definitely the closest battle out on track at this stage.
Yeah, Gerdman just sticking with him right here. I mean, I don't know if he's just trying to match times right now, but he's got to make something happen if he wants to move up. I don't think we're going to see another safety car. We've only got about 10 laps to go, and this is going to be it. I mean, the guys are strung out. He's 4/10. He gets all the way up to 4/10 away when they come down these DRS straights, and then as they go through the turns, it's almost like Menno's got him in the turns.
Yeah, this is a very, very high-speed game of chess at the minute, because I get the feeling everyone's trying to look after those hard tyres to the end of the race, and then you've got Margaret in 8th, who's got past Alex now. Can Margaret make any impression?
Little cheeky from Lika on the front straight here. Mr. Mark, I just so happened to look down and Mark trying to go outside the track limit on the front straight, and Lika wasn't having it. Lika just holding the line and said, "No, sir, you'll have to do the move on the inside. We're not gonna be doing that." Yeah,
this is a 3-car battle now for 9th place. You've got Alex, Lika, and Mark, and Lika is just closing in a wee bit on Alex. So the two big battles you've got at the minute, you've got the battle for first. You've got also as well, just noticed Vilsek closing up on Pingu for 7th place, for 6th place. Yeah, so
and he's 5/10 off with DRS coming up. Let's see if he can get close enough to make the move.
I'm on board now with Vilsek heading into the center S's. He's not close enough,
but he's got to keep this gap right here. He has to hold this until they get through 3, and it looks like he's got it. Let's see if he can make the move in 4.
He's draining the battery. He's not. Oh. He's close, but he's not close enough.
I think Santi's on afterburner as well, as his ERS is all the way down to 8%.
As Mark's made his way past Nikola now, and he's about to make his way past Alex. There you go. There's the move done from Mark into 9th place. He's getting 2 positions in the space of 4 corners. And now, whoa! Alex is in the Ferradura. He just hit the back of Mark and his car went sideways, and Likola did a very good job of avoiding an incident.
Yeah, he's got some huge wing damage right here. I'm not sure where this has come from. We'll have to see if he can get it back around.
Havoc, sorry to interrupt, but this could be something that turns the race. Stinson's just picked up a 3-second time penalty.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
Here comes Honda. Honda's in. Honda's given up, it looks like P5 for a soft set of tires.
Here we go. This is going to be lively, as now we've got Vilsek passing Pingu, as he's now made the move stick, and he's now up into 5th place. Good job there from Vilsek.
Nicely done from Vilsek. Stinson's not... I just saw Stinson go very, very squirrely as he was coming around turn 5. Not sure what the hard tires are at right now. If Robot's still in the chat, he may be able to... I don't think he can do it being outside the lobby. I don't think he can. But it'd be interesting to see where the tires are right now.
Yeah, all 3 have carried on. All 3 have carried on their way. Izat's also carried on as well. The only guy who was in the top 5 to take a gamble on softs was Honda. He's now on them. His gap back to the leader is 29 seconds. So that's not catchable unless there's a late safety car.
Now, I do think he can catch back up to 5. He may be able to get back to 5 and steal the fastest lap time from Margaret, but we'll have to wait and see. Stinson is still staying out in front. He's now made the lead up to 2 seconds, but he's got a whole nother second to go.
He needs to get it up to 3. He just needs to turn everything up to make sure he can get victory. The only thing that might help him is Gernman having a proper attack on Menno and actually forcing Menno to defend. As now Gernman has got that half-second gap, Menno's actually now going defensive, and no, he's not closing up enough to make the move stick. He's not closing up on a straight line enough to make this move stick, and it's costing him time and possibly costing him a chance of a race victory here. As Isaac picks up another 3-second penalty as well, so now he's got 6 seconds worth of penalties, but that won't affect him because Vilsek's 13 seconds behind him. Vilsek's too far behind to make a difference for that.
Now, what is going to hurt is penalty. I mean, there are some guys with penalties, like Vilsek's got 3, Santi's got 3, Margaret in P7, none. He's only 1.4 back.
Yeah, and if you're someone like that, and you know that the guy in front's got a penalty, I wouldn't attack too hard. I would not be attacking too hard. Just let the move happen if it happens, and if not, know you're going to pick up the place anyways and just focus on yourself and not make a stupid mistake. As Menno is now going defensive against Gernman. And
look what it's done to Stinson's time. It's jumped up to 2.4, Ash.
Yeah, it's as I was saying. Gernman is getting a bit closer now to Menno and forcing Menno to actually have to start defending. And that's now allowing Stinson the chance to actually break away out front. And that's what he needs.
Gernman's getting so close. Gernman gets so close after these DRS straights. He's got to figure out how to get the car to stick in these bits of turns and curves, and he's got to stay close enough to get that run going down into the DRS zone.
Yeah, absolutely. He needs to stay in the wheel tracks of Menno and stay in the slipstream, no matter what. If the second Menno makes a move, he makes a move with him, because if the second that Menno breaks the slipstream, he's losing time, and again, coming out Yun Chow, Gernman is not close enough. And
I think he got a little squirrely right there as they were coming out.
And Menno again went defensive, and he had no need to be defensive there whatsoever.
No, 4 laps to go, Ash. 4 laps to go. 2.5 is the interval from Stinson to Menno. I don't know. I think he can do it.
Margaret, meanwhile, has made his way up to 6th, and he's now right behind Vilsek. So this could be a position change for P5 coming up. I've got it on the stream now just to focus in on this battle just for the short term. Heading through the center S's, can Margaret get close enough for an attack into Desira Delago?
I think we're going to see a move right here.
He's not close enough to make the move stick, but that's no panic. He's got time on his side, just. So that battle's going to develop. He's not really making an impression, is he, on the top 3?
No, he's not. I don't think we're going to see anything out of him, especially with the 6-second time penalty. Gernman is 4/10 up. Here they come down the front straight. He's got the DRS open. He's going to take the inside line on Menno. Can he outbrake him?
It's wheel to wheel. It's wheel to wheel. No.
He's close though. He's close though.
He's on the overtake.
He's going to get DRS on this side as well. And here he comes on the inside. Menno trying to push and push and push, and Gernman's going to get it going down in the 4. What a move. Oh, they touch.
And Menno's lost a part of his front wing. Oh no, that was a carbon fibre disaster going to happen there.
He's missing an end plate now.
And Isaac could have that opportunity that he's been waiting for to possibly try and close up, but finally Gernman's into second.
Yeah, Gernman's in the second. Now, Stinson took advantage of that move. It jumped up to 3.3, but now that Gurman's by, is Stinson going to be able to stay out in front and keep that 3 second? Now, the one thing he can't do is pick up a time penalty, as we just saw Mr. Mark do. That's going to be 3 seconds added on to his time, but he cannot pick up another time penalty.
And whilst all that's happening, Margaret's gone up to 5th. He's now ahead of Vilsack.
He is on a rail today.
Yeah, it's a bit. He was slightly unfortunate with the safety car being boxed in, and now we're seeing what Menno's losing. He's lost out a second and a half already to Gernman with that missing front wing end plate.
Wow!
And Isak is now 2 seconds back from him.
They went in. It looked like side by side. Gernman had it, but Menno should have known better. I mean, you can't get right behind him in that braking zone there. It was just way too close to be trying to get right back behind him. He may have been trying to make the switch back on 5, but still, it was just way too close.
It was way too close, and the second you tuck into somebody else's slipstream when you're really close, you're going to lose aerodynamic performance, and that unfortunately just happened for Menno. And now
Isak's actually got him in his sights.
Yeah, you can see that gap is just it's just dropping. It's just dropping quite quickly. It's now just over a second.
Stinson just crossed the line. It's going to be lap 35 of 36 as he crosses, and everybody else is crossing.
That gap is staying fairly static. This is going to be quite tense to watch.
Close. Yeah, it's going to be very, very close. Gurman is trying to eat into it. You've got to think Jeff is just letting know what the time penalty was on Stinson, and now he's trying to turn it up.
Yeah, he literally just needs to use overtake and rich mix wherever he can to basically get himself below 3 seconds and hope it's enough. And as well do the high-speed chase game of not picking up any time penalties himself, of course.
Here comes Honda trying to make a move on Santi, and I think he's going to have it around the outside as they go through turn 4.
He's got him.
He's got him on that new set of softs.
Yeah, good move there from Honda. Just on that note, talking of fastest lap, Honda actually has the fastest lap of the race at the minute.
So he has done it.
Yeah, he's on a 1:08.7. And he's also closing up on Vilsack as well.
He is. It's eating. It's coming down very, very quickly. He's only got one to do it, though.
Isak's now close right up the back of Menno as we're getting on to the final lap.
Menno doesn't have a chance right here.
There we go. Isak's made the move into 3rd on track, but of course Isak has 6 seconds worth of time penalties, so
yeah,
Menno should have the podium place.
Here's
still
the
all
time
the same.
Delta. Ash, look at this. 2.8, 2.7. Gurman is in there.
And Menno's just went right back down the inside of Isak into turn 4. That was cheeky, but he didn't make the move stick, and Isak just drove straight back past him again.
This is Stinson's last chance right here, Ash.
Yeah.
They're in Sector 2. He's only got a small number of turns to do it, and it's 3/10. Right now it's 3/10 for Stinson to get the lead. Is he going to be able to get it by the time he gets to the line? Gurman's trying.
Here we go.
Last little hard turn. It's 2.9. 9.3, 9.37. I think it's going to stay. I don't think it's going to happen. Stinson's going to cross the line, but I think he's going to lose out on P1 right here.
Here we go. Yeah, he's lost it. There you go. Yeah. Gurman's got the victory on track. Gurman's managed to nick it at the last. There goes Isak across the line.
Less than a tenth of a second is what made that happen. Isak across Margaret is going to be P5 as he comes across the line.
Good job.
What a day from Margaret to be P5.
Honda.
And then
Honda's just nicked 6th on the line from
Vilsack.
Wow, and there goes Pingu for 8th. Mark's going to come across the line P9. And there goes Imperfect Car, who gains a place, as does Likola, who gets the final point. Wow. Wow, that was a very, very lively end of the race. But good job there to Gurman.
That was so tight. It came down to the very last turn. Gurman let loose. I think it was turn 13, Ash, where Gurman had to let it go. And 2.937 seconds is what the gap was when they crossed the line.
Yeah, absolutely. So good job indeed to Gernman for actually forcing Menno's hand and actually getting the victory.
Yeah, he had to make the move on Menno, and then after he made the move on Menno, he had to eat that gap back up and make it back to less than 3 seconds to take P1 from Stinson. What a race from the guys today here at Interlagos. They definitely put on a show.
They did. The guys have definitely put on a great show. That's possibly the most entertaining race I've commentated on this season. It's been absolute joy to commentate on this race. It's been a high-speed game of chess is probably what I would describe it as. Who's been your driver of the day, Havoc?
It's had to have been Gurman. Gurman kind of stuck back and waited for the right times to make moves. He finally figured out how to get past Minnow. Gurman's going to be my driver of the day.
Yeah, I'm gonna sort of agree with that. I think Gernman did the best job possible, being patient, getting past Menno, and then actually making it count and actually nicking the race victory. So good job to Gernman, good job to everybody else as well for a cracking race.
Yeah, and that's going to bring it to an end. We're going to have D1 or D2 coming up. Danny, I believe, is going to commentate there, maybe with a special guest.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, what a race! I think that's gonna do it for D1.
Yeah, hopefully the D2 race is going to be just as entertaining. Thanks very much for watching. We'll catch you soon. Thank you very much and goodbye.